Hey everybody, what's going on? We are back. It's been a couple weeks because I was working a temporary position out at one of our local power plants out here. So the last couple weeks we haven't been able to do anything, but today it's just me and Jake. We got a couple new guests hopefully coming in soon in the next couple weeks. And today we just talked about sports, a couple of video game conversations, talked about weird shit that lives underwater, weird surgeries, all kinds of crazy shit. So hope you enjoy the podcast, and we're glad to be back.
So, since the Warriors have been so good lately, they have Kevin Durant, so they're obviously going to be winning more. I actually get to enjoy watching Steph Curry play because I'm not mad at him anymore. I'm mad at Kevin Durant for ruining basketball for a year, possibly more.
It's all KD, dude. It's all KD's fault.
It's just very stupid.
Kill death.
You don't watch basketball, really.
No. The only time I watch is if it's on, maybe I'm flipping through and I see it.
Yeah.
And then I go to it and it's commercials.
Yeah. That's the problem. People complain about the commercials in the NFL. I think every sport is bad except soccer. Soccer doesn't have commercials.
Well, it's like you also have a 3-hour program.
Yeah.
So you're naturally going to get a ton of commercials anyway.
Yeah, but I think it's there's so many more plays in basketball that it's probably way more annoying. Because in football, they're going to come after every touchdown or field goal.
Yeah.
Before and after every kickoff. TV timeouts, regular timeouts.
For
injuries.
sure
you're going to have at least 4 or 5 a quarter.
Yeah, there's sort of a pattern.
Yeah.
In basketball, it's it's fucking really weird because it could be every timeout, or it could be just after a random scoring play.
Mm-hmm.
The commercial timeout.
So I've noticed about Canadian sports networks, for the Raptors, if you stream it, you can get it on TSN.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have as many commercials as American markets do, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But when they do have commercials, I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about because it's usually something that we don't have.
Yeah, that's that's why I like watching the UFC streams and shit, because you get to see all the England fucking commercials and shit. It's all betting sites.
Yeah,
it's pretty much all betting commercials.
I've noticed that.
It's pretty awesome.
Isn't FanDuel and all that. They're not allowed to do commercials in America anymore. Did you see that? Mm-mm. They got caught false advertising. They were like, if you do this, you can win $25,000 or $250,000 or $2.5 million, whatever it was.
And you can't.
Yeah, but they don't tell you that. It's in tiny, tiny, tiny small print that was actually deleted before they even made the fucking commercial.
Says, you can't.
Yeah, it just says, thanks for
this.
the money. It's like those games where you line the squares up at the arcades. It goes,
yeah.
And then it goes,
yeah.
And
you
then
only get 3 squares.
You hit it, and it keeps going, and then it's like.
I get pretty close on that every time, but
every time you never take the middle prize. If I the first prize, and there's always the top one.
Right,
it's like
you
a
have
DS
to go for the top
or an
one.
iPhone. See, the thing is the middle ones. Think about it. If you every time
3,
you made it,
3 or 4 middle ones equals a big one.
Yeah, but if you had all those middle ones, you could trade those in.
Or you could sell them on Craigslist.
Sell them
to people who can't win that game.
Yeah, can you imagine if you couldn't make it to the first prize in those games?
You pretty much get the minor.
You find some lowly plebeian. You're just like, hey, I got one of those New York Knick koosh balls out of that square stacking game. You want it? $30. He's like, I gotta get it. I gotta show my friends I can win the first prize.
Yeah, but you got the New York Knick.
Now I got the New York Ranger
Oh, it was Rangers. Yeah, that's right.
The leather,
It
the
was like a
leather,
fucking
like pleather,
Puff,
fucking.
it was a puffball, is what it was.
puff.
Literally used for nothing.
He definitely threw it out,
Yeah, for sure.
or he looks at it every now and then and thinks about it, and he's just like,
Yeah.
like
I
those
missed
are only
that
two
kid.
options.
Yeah. Which,
I
I think we talked about that, didn't we?
Brendan
Brendan
Schaub.
Schaub.
That was a
We
long
talked about
time
it.
ago.
Brian was on here or something when we talked about it.
Yeah,
But there's no way he doesn't want to be on this podcast.
yeah. He's just never.
He's never going to get a hold of us because he's scared.
I mean, yeah. I don't know.
And he knows Brian Callen would be pissed. It's like cheating on him with his different podcast.
Yeah.
But he does have that other podcast, his own podcast, that Below the Belt, because he does that shit for HBO now. Or is it HBO or Showtime, one or the other?
I think it's Showtime. I don't think
It's a
he's
show.
big enough for HBO.
Yeah, I think it is Showtime. He's got like a it's like
Joe
a show,
Rogan.
but it's-
Joe Rogan isn't even on HBO. Like Brendan is like.
I don't think he'd want to. Joe's weird about that.
That's a good.
He doesn't ever want to be on anything. I think the UFC is the only time he fucking makes public appearances besides his stand-up.
I think he's so burnt out from just
The fucking
the
that show.
the Man Show and Fear Factor,
Yeah.
doing that for like 12 years straight between the two.
What was the other one he was on? That sitcom. He was on a sitcom with Andy Dick
Oh God.
forever ago.
Oh God. That's a name I haven't heard in so long.
Oh fuck. I'm not gonna think of it.
Reign Over Me.
No.
That's an Adam Sandler movie.
I kind of want to see what
We're
it
gonna
was.
look it up now. I don't know.
Yeah, because I know he did it. He refers to it a couple times.
I just think Joe Rogan is it's so strange how he's.
News radio.
I do
That's
not
what it was
remember
called.
that.
It was from 95 to 96. That's why you don't
explain
remember it.
why. Yeah, that was probably before I was born. Joe Rogan is such a weird celebrity to me.
Yeah, he's a celebrity in a different way.
A completely different way from every other celebrity.
Mm-hmm.
It's very strange. He's
Yeah.
sort of like he's
He's almost a mainstream. He's almost got his own mainstream. Like he's almost mainstream in his own. Fucking,
he's PewDiePie for people that are over the age of 20.
yeah,
He's basically like people our age. A lot of people our age are so fanatically obsessed with Joe Rogan.
yeah.
I know I am.
Yeah. Well, he has a good podcast. He's
And
a good,
I think a lot of people our age too also liked Fear Factor.
Well, yeah, that's true. They know him from that, and a lot of
Wow.
UFC fans.
Yep.
They're gonna watch his.
He's
podcast.
got a weird combination of followers. You know what I mean? He's got the
Well,
Fear
what he did
Factor thing.
recently was he changed his. He now has like, there's his regular podcast, but he does the MMA show ones,
Yeah.
so he can like separate those audiences, which is nice because I feel like a lot of the people that listen maybe don't care about UFC or MMA.
Which is strange because that's where I get 99% of my information from.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. I mean, I don't because I don't watch all the events anymore.
no. I don't
There's
have
too
time.
many.
And it's also you got to watch the Fight Pass and the
Prelims on certain
prelims and
fucking things.
what are the ones they do on Tuesdays? Fight nights. Is that Tuesday? Or
They
Wednesday?
do yeah, they do
The
like
ones on
Fox.
they have it on Fox, right?
Yeah, they have like Fox Fight Nights or whatever on random days. But I never pay much attention to when they are. I pretty much just watch the big events. That's a car.
Very
can hear it.
clearly. Yeah.
That's what happens when your window's open and you do podcasts. But we're back.
It's been 9 weeks, 10 weeks. It's been a while. I don't remember
Has it been that long?
we had Bill on the last time.
Or was it Paul? It was one or the other.
Bill, I don't know. One of the two.
It was Pill.
I really don't remember the last time.
Maybe it was Bill. I don't know if I can
I
remember.
definitely did drank way too much last time, probably.
Fair enough.
So
It was also snowing last time. So
it was.
Things changed a little.
Yeah. That's weird. So how was the shutdown? What'd you do?
More or less, I mean, it was kind of fucky to begin with. I was supposed to, like, fucking work with buildings and grounds and do, like, just the buildings and grounds. And so fucking...
What do you mean, like mowing the lawns or something?
They don't even do the grounds during the outages, especially when it was raining constantly and shit. But they just clean, like, the main buildings and shit that are always there. Someone didn't pass their fucking drug test, and so they needed somebody to do, like, the trailers. So what they do is they have contractors come in for these outages, like GE and shit like that. Yeah. And they have those trailers that they pull in are break rooms and offices and things like that for these people. So they need somebody to clean them, which it's so weird because some of the people I talked to, they said at a lot of the outages they go to, they don't even get cleaned, like, at all throughout the entire outage. And yet we had 2 people in the day and 2 people at night, 7 days a week cleaning it.
Trailers.
Yeah.
That's weird. Like those, like the portable building by fucking Fitzhugh.
They're literally trailers. Like, some are double wide trailers, just straight up trailers.
It's fucking weird.
Yeah. But they don't have the break rooms for all these people because they hire so many people during these outages, and they pay a lot of money. So basically your job is just to clean those, and you work until that department's out of money, till their budget's dry. So they have a certain amount of money set to pay these 4 people that are cleaning the trailers. Yeah. Once it's gone, you're laid off. Which, I mean, what a lot of people do with these outages is they work them and then they'll get unemployment for a few weeks, go to the next one, whatever's in the area. Mm-hmm. And some of the people I met, they're coming from Florida or whatever, and it's like they're working, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Some of them only like 2 days. And you're going to lose money that way because you're going to pay for your travel.
Hotel,
you're paying. Some people don't even. Some people, like, rent out a house for a couple weeks.
Yeah, there's
because they'll go in together and then it'll be kind of cheap.
Yeah, there was a big thing about the Airbnb or whatever. It's like Uber but for bed and breakfast, I guess. And they were talking about how they want to be able to do it in New York State. I guess you're not technically allowed to do it, or you have to claim it on your taxes or something if you get paid for it or something. Because you're getting a lot of money by renting your house out, basically.
Right, yeah, you would.
So they're trying to find out the logistics of that. But yeah, that's cool.
It was not that hard. Like, it's
I can imagine.
It's really like it's 4 hours of work, like, but it's a 10-hour shift every day. So
it was every day basically for like 8 weeks.
It was more like 4 weeks, 5 weeks.
Gotcha.
But it's really a lot of the time is spent like just killing time. Uh-huh. We watched a lot of baseball, so
it's not all bad.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of the shit is blocked by Exelon, like through their intranet or whatever. But Classic. You can if you get on Reddit, you can find a stream that's Sports AGT was key for us in there. We watched every fucking game. And plus it's like 6 p.m. to 4 a.m. So like you're right in the clutch part of the fucking baseball day.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you get to watch the late games that go into extras and shit.
Those are always fun. The streak the Yankees are on has been super fun to watch.
Yeah, except for the fucking series against the Angels that I was watching there. They're all Yankees fans in there too.
Guaranteed. We watched my dad and I watched the Indians series. That one was great. I think it was like 3 straight games. It was like a walk-off. Or I know there were at least 2. There were 2 straight that were walk-offs by the same guy, and I think the third one was a walk-off too. So that was fun sitting around watching that. Drinking some beers. The Yankees aren't fun to watch. Like they were so fucking awful to watch the past few years. Before, like, in between Jeter retiring and last year, I don't remember anything about the Yankees because they were just so fucking bland. There were no. They didn't have. It's not even that they didn't have a superstar, but they didn't have anybody with a personality because everybody knew that they were just going to get the boot as soon as they found their guy.
It's a rebuilding process.
Yeah, and it was so fucking boring. And that's the first time that I've had to watch that. I've had to see rebuilds with football.
Well, what's crazy is that you can rebuild in a couple of years in baseball.
Yeah, but then you can come crashing down after just 2 years. Like the fucking Royals. The Royals make it to the World Series, lose, make it to the next one, win, and now they're back at the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, the Phillies. Remember the Phillies made it. They won like 2 straight. Or no, they went to 2 straight. Won one, lost one. Pew!
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's crazy. It's crazy the drop-offs that baseball players have compared to basketball players. And
yeah, it is.
Football
it's
players.
really weird, too, because it seems like they just get into a zone and they're seeing pitches. Where other times they're just not like at all. It's very strange, but every pitcher's different too.
Yeah.
Like you can have a pitcher that like works with a splitter, like his primary pitch is a splitter, and then you can go up against a guy who's fucking curveball primary.
Yeah, it's crazy. I'm starting to like baseball a lot more, especially now that I'm older and I understand it a lot more.
Yeah.
It's so much more fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like it'd be so hard for me to put something down to watch baseball unless like playoff baseball is the shit.
I'll watch that for sure.
I'll watch any playoff baseball game no matter what.
What I do is
because that's like the ultimate chess match there.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's what a good thing about having this extra TV is I can have a game on. You don't have to constantly pay attention to it. And what you do is you put the volume just low enough where like it kind of like drones out. But when a big play happens and the commentator's loud, then you hear it and it draws your attention.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way to do it.
See, my favorite, I pay for TuneIn Radio.
Yeah.
And so I'll have there's just something I like about listening to baseball rather than watching.
Well, you can do it just as effectively, really.
Yeah, and it's great. It's like I'm a kid again with my radio on.
Yeah, it's very American.
Yeah,
to listen to a baseball game.
It's very cathartic. It's very relaxing to listen to a baseball game. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, until they hit dingers.
Until they die.
Yeah,
like until like a toddler gets hit by a foul ball or something.
Well, but they don't always die, but they do hit dingers.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, like football players, their drop-offs are usually throughout their last season. But baseball players...
Well, contracts are different, too, in baseball. Like, very different.
They're fully guaranteed, aren't they?
Yeah. Like, we got Shohei Ohtani, and he was relatively cheap. I mean, we paid a lot, but in an arbitration process, he's going to ask for a lot more money.
Yeah.
He could have waited a couple of years and gotten more money, but he wanted to play in the majors.
Can you blame him?
No. And fucking judging by his debut and shit, he's been pretty fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then to have a pitcher that you can DH on his off days, that's pretty awesome.
That's a good hitter.
Yeah.
On top of that, that's pretty crazy.
It's funny because in the show, you fucking like have to... You can't like naturally sub a pitcher in a DH. You have to like start the game, then sub the guy into DH. It's really fucking weird the way it works.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to like mess around to get Ohtani batting.
I remember they had it... I think it's Madden that did it with Ultimate Team. If you got a player for Ultimate Team that was a two-way player, they would have a defensive card and an offensive card.
Mm-hmm.
I figured they would do that.
Yeah, they should
for the show. Have him in both, because you can get J.J. Watt, the defensive end, and then also have J.J. Watt, the tight end.
What?
It's fucking weird. Who's
Why?
The one I was
Did he ever play tight end?
Yeah, the year he should have won MVP. He had like 6.
He played tight end?
Yeah, he played tight end in the red zone. You don't remember that? He had like 22 sacks.
I don't remember
and
that.
he had like 6 or 7 receiving touchdowns.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, that's when you're that big, you can just fucking shove dudes.
Because he's bigger than Gronk, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He's fucking giant.
You're inside 5 yards at the goal line. You can shove dudes.
Yeah. And people are just going to bounce off you.
Yeah. That's why I like Jimmy Graham. He fucking pushes people around. Yeah. You got to have those big tight ends. That's the key now.
Yeah.
If they can run relatively fast, like the speed of a linebacker. And
golden.
And if they're tall, you can just throw it up high.
Yeah, Jason Witten retired. I'm going to miss that fucker. That deceptively fast, slow motherfucker.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I was watching Skip and Shannon Undisputed, and Skip,
he's like a fucking cowboy though. He's always been a cowboy.
That's like the first retirement that actually just like that sucked. That was so shitty.
Was he drafted to the Cowboys?
Yeah, he's a first round pick
career
in 2002. He played.
He's a franchise guy, dude.
Yep. Walter Payton Man of the Year. I think like 10-time Pro Bowl.
Cy Young Award winner. 4
or 5 Cy Young Awards. He's third all time.
Broke Wayne Gretzky's record a couple times.
He's like third or fourth all time in like total receptions by any player, and I think he's in the top 10 for not receiving yards. Yeah, receptions.
If only he didn't have Tony Romo. Did you see Jerry Jones said like he dropped the ball or some shit on having Romo and Witten,
and it was Romo, Witten, Ware, and Dez.
Yeah,
and T.O.
He was like taking the blame for not getting them a ring.
The thing is people blame Jerry for a lot, but
is that his fault?
No,
like it comes down to the head coach too.
Yeah, it's his fault for never firing Jason Garrett, because Jason Garrett's just the completely average guy.
They had to go to somebody, you know. At that point in time, they had to go to Jason Garrett, but then they just stuck with him. I thought he was just a temporary solution.
I think they stuck with him because he's a good dude.
Well, yeah,
he's not a good coach.
I mean, he won some games. He won some big games, but that doesn't mean he's a good coach. They're still playing from that.
The problem is like fucking Aaron Rodgers, man. Like it's just the Packers that have beaten like every time the Cowboys have made it into the playoffs,
they meet the Packers,
lose to the Packers.
Yeah, and then the Packers lose the next round.
Yeah, and it's like, or the fucking Giants fuck it up, because 2007 was like the best Cowboys team I've ever seen. They had DeMarcus Ware, Jason Witten, Roy Williams, the safety. Remember him? Then they had Terrence Newman when he was really fucking good. Mm-hmm. Terrell Owens, Miles Austin. I think that was who the fuck was it? Marion Barber and Julius Jones.
Oh, yeah.
And then Romo, obviously. Brady James.
Who did they draft
Anthony
this year?
Spencer. That year, 2007 would have been Anthony Spencer's rookie year. Or DeMarcus Ware's rookie.
Well, who'd they draft this year, though?
Oh, this year they got Leighton Vander Esch.
Oh, that's right.
He's
a pass rusher, isn't he?
No, he's a coverage guy. He was
I thought he was like an outside linebacker.
Yeah, he's a weak side. He's like a Brian Urlacher. He was kind of like he did like Troy Polamalu sort of in college. Mm. He would either be a box safety or a weak side linebacker.
Yeah.
But the dude is he's kind of like Sean Lee or Luke Kuechly, where they just key into the ball and just like line drive right to the ball every play. It's fucking crazy. So I'm really excited to watch him. They got Michael Gallup, receiver. He's not that big, not that fast, but his routes are wicked.
He gallops down the field.
Yeah, his routes are really fucking amazing. His routes are really crisp. Who the fuck did they draft after that? They drafted Connor Williams.
I stopped paying attention after the third round.
Yeah, same.
Usually, I mean, I look at it, but it's.
I really wanted.
We pretty much drafted all corners.
Denzel Ward. Yeah, we were talking about that the other night. It was fucking hilarious.
We needed to draft all corners. I've been saying that for the last 3 years. Mm-hmm. I was like, let's draft defense, draft corners, and I think like the first 4 rounds they went defense.
Yeah.
2 corners. They traded up to get that safety, and they couldn't get him. Fitzpatrick was his name, I think.
Minka.
Yeah.
He's a fucking beast.
They wanted to get him. They traded up, and then couldn't get him. They dropped back down, and they got a pair of corners, and somebody else. I think a linebacker or something. I'm pretty sure they went defense for most of it.
Yeah.
There was wide receivers on the board for a long time.
Yeah, the fucking Falcons got Calvin Ridley. That's either going to be boom or bust. I don't think he's going to be that good. He's like 6'3", but he exclusively plays the slot.
Mm-hmm.
But he's going to be getting hit so hard.
Right.
Compared to in college, like that's why you don't really see really tall slot guys, because they take the hits way harder.
Yeah, because they're fucking huge.
Yeah.
You can hit them. There's a big target.
Yeah. And the Cowboys got rid of, last year they drafted Ryan Switzer, and they just traded him for some irrelevant dude. Oh, Tavon Austin. The Cowboys have Tavon Austin. Did you see that?
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, no, it's fucking depressing. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. They said they want to get him the ball at least a dozen times a game.
I mean, you could, I guess.
Yeah, and lose. Just hey, Tavon, yeah, Neil. That's the Tavon Austin Neil. We surrender.
Every time he catches it, he takes a knee, like immediately. Slides. Avoid the tackle.
Yeah, I'm not. They said it's supposed to be a rebuilding year, so I'm like, oh.
That's what they
really
say.
care.
That's basically so that if you have a bad year, you can say, "Oh, it was just a rebuilding year."
That's the thing that pisses me off, though, is that if Zeke wasn't suspended for 6 games, they only won 1 game without him. If he wasn't suspended for 6 games, and
is
say
that Pochinki?
Yeah, we're gonna drop a chinky.
No, that's Malta.
Even if they won just 2 extra games, they would have won the division.
Yeah.
Or no, they would have made it to the wild card, rather. I'm mostly just still upset that the Eagles won the Super Bowl, man. We did talk about that.
I like that because they're fucking... I mean, you obviously don't.
Fuck that. See, that's the thing, is if the Vikings won, it'd be flipped. Because I'd love it if the Vikings won, but you probably love the fact that they're 0-4.
I mean, yeah. I like the idea that it's a different team. You know, it's a little bit out of the ordinary.
I wish it was Jacksonville, mostly.
As long as it's not fucking New England, man. That's all as long as New England doesn't win the Super Bowl, I'm fine. I don't care. Packers could never win another Super Bowl as long as New England doesn't win another Super Bowl.
I won't go that far. No, there's only one other team that I never want to see win a Super Bowl. And for some reason,
New England?
It's San Francisco. I don't know what it is. I don't like the 49ers. I don't like their colors. I don't like anything about their history.
There's something about their colors.
I don't like their stadium. I don't like Jed York.
Fucking Colin Kaepernick, that one game that Colin Kaepernick had against the Packers will forever leave a bad taste in my mouth with the San Francisco 49ers.
Wasn't that when he had like 200 yards rushing?
Yeah. He literally just ran on every fucking play and no one could tackle him. It's like, hey, this guy, like, you would think at some point you realize that he's running on every fucking play. You know? Like, let's play a little bit of protect. Like, let's box in the quarterback, maybe. Like, let's do a little bit of quarterback spy. Pay a little bit of attention to the guy that's running the ball on every single snap. But no, let's let him get to the second level of the defense every play.
Without fail.
And slide safely. It's like, I can't... that's all I think about every time I see the 49ers now. It was a nightmare. They couldn't tackle anything.
Mm-hmm. You know what I secretly hope? That Jimmy Garoppolo ends up turning into the next Brock Osweiler. They give him that giant fucking contract because he won 5 games in a row.
I think when Brady's gone, I'm not going to care that much about the Patriots losing.
What if
I just
Brady,
don't like seeing Brady win so much.
What if Brady retires and they win another one without him? What happens to his legacy then?
Then it's all Bill Belichick, dude. That's proof. It could be. Who the fuck knows? It could all be Bill Belichick. Or it could be all Tom Brady. Fuck Bill Belichick.
Yeah, what if Tom Brady retires and they go like 1-15 and Bill Belichick kills himself?
Yeah.
Like,
he just looks like a piece
I couldn't do it without Tommy.
He's like living in a junkyard and shit, still wearing the fucking hoodie.
The fucking hoodie. He's like Ray from Trailer Park Boys, living in the fucking dumpster
with piss jugs.
Yeah.
There was a guy I worked with that looked like Bill Belichick because he always had his hoodie. Always had his hoodie on, and the hood was always up. It was hilarious.
So
he even
weird.
walked like him. He even had like the same like posture and shit. It was so fucking weird. And it was always a gray hoodie, so it was like exactly like Bill Belichick.
I don't understand people that wear gray.
It's like you want a white hoodie, but you don't want it to get dirty, so you just get it dirty already. Like it's like you've bought a pre-dirtied hoodie.
Yeah.
Because it's never actually gray. Like it has like those little spots of dark.
Yeah. When is it silver though?
It's
gray could easily just be a silver. You could just be like, no, it's just a dull silver.
Yeah, I guess silver would have to be like shinier. That's like the status of it.
So you can't get silver cloth.
Right. You can make people out of silver though.
Yeah, we were talking about that. If we had the ability to turn somebody into a silver person, what would they eat? Would they have to eat? Would they have to breathe?
But
do you think they'd have different diseases than us if they were made entirely out of silver?
Probably, yeah. But is there inside?
How would we know if they were sick though? Whatever it is, like, that's just what silver people do.
Now, are we talking sterling silver or like?
Yeah.
Because it doesn't turn green and shit, right?
No.
Because you just have a bunch of green people.
Yeah, that'd be fucking crazy. See that? What if we do the bad silver and they turn green?
The bad silver.
And then when they turn green, they get different diseases from the silver people. Then you have a race war going on.
Yeah, true.
It changes them.
You'd have to have different races.
You have to have different cages.
It'd be like the skin pigment.
Is that where we're going with this?
It's basically
I was
the
thinking,
same
no, because white people and black people and Mexicans and Hispanics and Canadians and people from Wales, people that vote, people that are left-handed, they all get the same diseases.
Yeah.
Silver people and green people get different diseases. So I don't think there would be that much of a problem separating them.
Maybe, but it's still silver. Is their insides made of silver? Or is it just... Do they have regular people insides?
I don't know. They have silver people insides, but we don't know what they look like yet. We didn't make them. We didn't construct them yet.
Right, we gotta get a concept to get this going. Because there's not enough silver people around, first of all.
Well, what was the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz? He was tin, obviously, but if he was silver, they wouldn't have a heart.
Right. He didn't have jack shit. I don't even know how he was alive.
Yeah, how was he alive?
Wasn't he like hollow?
That was just a guy in a costume, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Has to be. Right?
What if it wasn't? What if there's just dozens of tin men everywhere? They're on street corners going...
That's what the KKK is. They just have those hoods to hide their tin heads.
Oh, we're getting somewhere. That would be fucking terrifying. Oh my god.
They're actually all just tin men. It's probably.
I wish we could trade skin.
With tin or silver?
No, like skin is just you're always
you should be able to shed it.
If we wanted to, we could trade shirts.
Right.
Can't trade skin.
I mean, you can.
You could trade hair. Can't trade skin.
You might be able to though if you really try. Like you'd have to stitch it together. You'd have to go piece by piece, like not at once.
Oh, can you
imagine? You know what I mean? Like take a chunk out of here, and you'd take a chunk out of there. Measure it exactly the same. You'd have to be pretty much the same body measurement too, though.
Yeah, you have to be
like you'd have to have the
same scar tissue, same amount of silver in your blood.
Right.
That's another car.
That's a car.
I don't know. Do you think if there were silver people that they would be used as weapons?
Probably. It depends on how bulletproof silver is. You know,
that's
like if it's solid silver.
If it's solid silver, that'd be crazy.
But how do they move? Like, where's their locomotion coming from?
Yeah.
I don't know enough about
momentum. So what we do is we construct these giant transport vehicles, and they have stairs, and then a ramp or more stairs. Up slope, down slope. What you do is you bring them up to the top like an escalator, and then they drop, and then they go down, and then they just keep going.
Right.
They get like infinite momentum. You can't stop them. You'd have to fucking make a bunch of silver barriers, though, because you'd want them to stop eventually.
Yeah.
Because eventually they just find their way to a body of water and just sink.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't be able to get them back.
They're very dense.
Yeah, extremely dense.
I don't know enough about silver people to have this conversation.
We could give them water wings.
Yeah, you could.
You need a lot of them, though, probably.
Mm-hmm. You'd have to pretty much. You like cover them with styrofoam and shit, trying to fucking get afloat.
Just strap a bunch of like.
How much styrofoam is enough styrofoam for?
If you had a person made out of silver, how silver is very dense.
So they're gonna weigh like.
They're gonna weigh like a couple thousand pounds. Yeah. That's gonna be a lot of styrofoam.
Yeah. And where are you going
to get all that? Do you think if the momentum never decreased and they just kept walking, do you think they would wear out their feet?
You would have to, yeah.
See, that's another problem. We give them those hoverboards. You know what I mean?
So then
we go. That solves the movement issue. But once the hoverboard batteries die, they're kind of just standing there.
But when do they die? When they lose enough of their
silver
body?
People? When they turn green.
Oh.
Then they become green people. We don't know anything about them.
Yeah, but they're sterling silver.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
They don't turn green.
Do you think if you were made out of silver, you would shave off parts of your skin to sell for people to make jewelry out of it?
With silver? I mean, it'd be hard to do that. You'd have to have like
a forge.
Yeah. You could turn yourself into weapons, though. You could create weapons with your body. Use, like, the bottom half of your arm and turn it into a fucking gun made out of silver.
That shoots silver bullets.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Or you could be the silver bullet yourself.
Wow, yeah. You could take, like, 4 or 5 silvermen and then melt them down into a mold and create one big silver man.
Yeah.
And then make a gun out of his arm, out of like several other silver people. And then take a dozen silver people and then use them as the bullets for the gun made out of.
Yeah. What if Sarah Silverman is a silver man and we don't know?
Oh my.
She's just got human skin.
See, and that's what I was talking about with the skin. They figured out how to trade skin.
That's what it is.
It's the silver people. They know how to do it.
Mm-hmm. That's really what the problem is today, you know? The silver people.
Yeah.
But everybody overlooks that. They don't really think about it.
It's all about lizards. Actually, I don't...
The lizard people are real too, though.
I don't know. I think there's got to be some sort of alien life.
Yeah, like that guy that Cass was talking about.
Yeah. There was something I was watching. We were talking about... the fuck was I watching? I was watching something about... I think it was Dan Carlin on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
It was either Dan Carlin or Trevor or something, the guy with the yellow beard that was talking about paleontology. One of those two was talking about these giant rocks. Each rock is like the size of a car, and they're all perfectly carved and put together. And they make this structure that looks like stairs. It's sort of like a ginormous, like an extremely upscaled version of like a cobblestone stairway.
What is this?
I don't know. Vodka? I like the idea of extraterrestrials. I don't like the idea of them visiting us again. I kind of hope that they just fucked off somewhere. But they were saying that...
Fuck off, away from me.
Yeah. They were saying that, like, if humanity just wiped out, and then, like, 10,000 years from now, they find shit, not everything is going to survive all that. Some of it's going to break down by then.
Yeah.
They're going to find, like, the Empire State Building. Be like, how the fuck did they build this? So maybe there were a lot of civilizations before us that we don't know about.
That's what I was always thinking, too. Because there's a lot of shit that, like in the fucking Great Pyramid, they have, like, there's, like, images of fucking planes and shit, basically.
Yeah.
Like, things that were clearly not there back then, or they were, and the civilization got wiped out completely, started over. Because there's really no explanation for how they built the pyramids in the first place. And apparently there's like a whole bunch of evidence that they were built from the top down, which makes no fucking sense at all.
Isn't the stones on the top older than the rest?
Yeah. Which, like, you could always attribute it to weathering. Like, it's taking the brunt of, like,
the winds and stuff,
yeah, everything. Especially in the fucking desert. But who the fuck knows? I don't know how they, check to see how old something is, how they date things back like that.
Carbon, usually.
It would have to be.
They take, like, samples of it, and they try and see how much carbon is in it. It's carbon, and I think sulfur is one of the other ones. Because, like, way, way back then, there was a lot of sulfur in the air. And I know carbon, too. Probably.
You'd have to sample the inside of it, though. Like, in the fucking center of that piece.
Yeah, that, too.
Because the outside's what's going to take the fucking weather.
The big thing for me, dude, is the ocean. I think the ocean is so fucking cool, and we should be spending more time going through the ocean instead of going...
Putting trash in it?
Yeah,
that's what we use it for. Yeah, it's a dumpster.
It's so fucking shitty. Because ocean animals are so cool. I went on a huge... the other day, I was literally up to, 3 in the morning looking at fucking crazy deep-sea creatures and shit.
The Mariana Trench has, the craziest shit, too. Because, we can't really see a lot of the shit down there because it's so deep and the pressure's so high. That shit that, lives down there can thrive in that environment. And there's shit that, has LEDs on their face and shit like that.
Yeah. My favorite one...
There's, ones with Fade 7 fucking swimming around and shit.
There was one that was... It's a colony of animals that are all attached to each other. There's, thousands and thousands of these tiny little creatures that are attached to each other. And they make up this fucking huge, 50-foot-long hive mind creature. And it just fucking... terrorizes everything at that level because it's so huge.
I can't cast to the Chromecast for some reason, so I was gonna bring some shit up, some cool fish.
Yeah, there was an infographic I saw that was it was this big poster, and it was the craziest animals or most unique animals at every 1,000 feet or every depth level, every league under the sea. There was these crazy crabs that are fucking terrifying, the giant spider crabs or something. I can't remember what they was called. But it looked like a fucking alien. It doesn't... A lot of the things that live in the ocean don't look like they belong on Earth. Mm-hmm. It blows my mind, and
they look like aliens.
Yeah, that's what's so fucking cool about it.
These are scary. Oh shit, Deep Sea Sunday. The Cena fish. It's literally John Cena's head. It's got fins and shit.
Yeah, it's just...
No one's ever seen it, so it could. There he is. There's Cena right there.
He's the man.
Here's number 16. Those look like fucking clams. Look at that fucking thing. That looks like an alien. They are clams. Now, is this on the sea floor of the fucking trench? There's no way.
No, there's probably ridges and stuff.
Because how do you even get down there without dying? It's not possible. I don't have the remote. I would turn this up. Because the audience can't hear it.
No.
I'm going to get the remote.
Yup.
I hit channel. Not volume.
You should have hit volume.
Oh, I fucked it all up, dude. Look at this.
Yeah, fucking damn it.
Here's number 14. Don't worry. We got back to 14.
There are species of these crustaceans that have 10 legs or appendages, although some of the critters
What?
can have
Yeah, that's the thing I was looking at. That thing's fucking
It looks like
crazy.
a crab, but it's
Lobsters are crabs, which make up nearly half the species.
a
They can
crustacean.
exist in a wide range of environments, from areas of high salinity to extreme depths where there is no life.
All right, here's 13.
Grenadiers. They're also known as the rat-tail fish, and it gets that unflattering name by virtue of having a tail fin that tapers to a point, not dissimilar to that of a rat. They can
So
grow
fucking
up to
weird
No
five
looking.
fucking
feet
shit.
and are found
What
in
the
waters
fuck?
from the Arctic
All right, what's
to
the number
the
one?
Antarctic.
That's what I
Yeah,
gotta
that's
see.
the only one I
Because
give
they
a.
can exist at
It's
depths
probably like
exceeding
the mammoth squid or whatever,
Here's number 3. Those are the
colossal
top 3.
squid.
sea devil anglerfish.
This one has lights on
Now,
him,
the
doesn't it?
name is
Yeah.
about as scary as the fish
This is
looks.
the one from
With its oddly shaped
Finding Nemo.
body and mouth full of razor teeth,
Oh, yeah.
They do look like they could have swum up from the depths of hell. The procreation is kind of scary too.
What?
The male will essentially fuse himself to the larger female until the two fish become one.
Oh, he swims right in the vagina.
Yeah, he dies in there.
Look at that shit. That looks like something from Alien.
Jaws can open wide enough to swallow prey larger than itself.
It literally looks like something from Alien.
Yeah, dude, they're nuts.
The Dumbo octopus. Now maybe it's fitting that the strange cephalopod is named for its resemblance to Walt Disney's Dumbo, the flying elephant, because the creature does kind of look like a Disney creation. Its fins that appear like prominent ears inspire the
It
nickname.
looks like more of an
But its
octopus than
cartoonish
an
appearance
elephant.
is
Yeah,
large eyes, and its eyes
Hey, they've dropped the ball on that
They're
one.
among the
Jerry
rarest
Jones named that octopus.
member of the order. They're known to live up to 23,000 feet
That kind of
below
looks like an
the surface.
elephant, though. I'll give him
While
that
they
much.
can camouflage themselves by changing color, the animals have a trait that is definitely un-Disney-like.
Don't they shoot
eat
blood?
their prey whole.
Probably.
Mouse do that. And before getting to our number one creature, here is an honorable.
Well, just
mention.
get to the number
So
one
you
creature.
likely
You know what I
would
mean?
Not expect to find humans in the Mariana Trench, right?
Now look at
Without
this
using
clown.
Remote-operated vehicles. There's no way that we could survive those crushing depths. But evidence of humans has been found there. Scientists say that extraordinary levels of pollution have been discovered more than 6 miles deep in the trench. Along with plastic bags and tin cans littering the seafloor, evidence of high levels of banned industrial chemicals are contaminating marine
Now, that's
life.
probably the bag that you
Amphibians,
fucking threw
which are
out like
small
4 weeks
fawn-like
ago from
crustaceans,
Walmart.
were collected and were found to have extremely
Hopefully.
high levels of toxic chemicals. Experts say that once those chemicals seep to the bottom of the trench, there's nowhere else it can go, and that leads to high levels of contamination. So, it looks like there is no area on Earth remote enough to get away from ourselves.
Oh, that's good. So we pollute literally everything, is what he's
Vantage
saying.
Fish. They can survive at extreme icy depths of over 16,000 feet in some of the darkest parts of the ocean. With
Okay, that's
such a
pretty scary
nightmarish
looking.
Appearance, it's hard to believe the creature is only around 6 inches long and possesses no known threat to humans. But looking at the picture,
looks
you
like
can
it's
see how
threatening.
large those teeth are. In fact, those choppers
Yeah.
are large.
Look at this. It shows me a giant squid in the fucking corner. It wants me to keep going.
The colossal squid is crazy, man.
Dude, squids are badass.
I want to get a fish tank just to get little teeny tiny octopi. Can you do that? Can you buy octopi for like pets?
Probably.
That'd be so cool. It'd be so dope.
I mean, you probably could do it. I don't know how legal it is.
I saw a thing about buying jellyfish. You could buy these jellyfish that they send them to you.
You could just go jellyfishing.
Yeah, shit. What the fuck? They're like frozen, basically. When you were younger, did you ever have one of those ant farms that you buy in the mail?
Yeah, I had an alien ant farm.
No, but did you have one of those ant farms you can buy in the mail?
Yeah, they were dope.
Yeah.
I should get one of those. Except
Yeah,
I'm always scared
they're-
of them getting out and having a bunch of ants.
They're super cool. I remember having one when I was a kid. It's the blue shit, and they eat all the blue stuff. And yeah, that was wicked. That was wicked cool.
You get to watch them build whatever they build,
Yeah,
which is nothing.
Not
Holes,
nothing, 'cause
basically.
It's all tubes.
Yeah.
Imagine they must have been blinded.
They
because
basically, all they do is play dig dug all day.
they just
But
eat things, eat
yeah.
each other. But yeah, that you can do that with jellyfish. It's super expensive. I'm never going to be able to do it, but you can buy these jellyfish that get shipped to you in this tank, frozen.
They're not dead.
No.
They're frozen as fuck, though.
Yeah.
How did they freeze them without killing them?
I don't know, man. Jellyfish are crazy. They're like immortal.
They got good freeze resistance. They're like
they
a
got
level
really
10
good
freeze
constitution.
resistance.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm fascinated by sea creatures, fish and whales and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I'm sick of land animals. Fuck 'em.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Whale
Birds
communication is crazy too, though.
Yeah, Cass was talking about it.
Yeah.
Talking about how we're ruining
It's all
it.
just frequencies.
Yeah.
But if you think about it, the number of
miles and
frequencies.
miles away.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. It can travel through the water really far, and less as we pollute it.
Yeah.
But there's so many different frequencies they can use that it almost probably is more of a efficient language than ours, if you would think about it.
It's practically like telepathy.
Basically, yeah.
We can't hear it. We can hear some of it. We can't hear all of it.
Yeah. We only hear the good parts.
Yeah. But yeah, fucking that's the thing about Earth is that humans have only thoroughly discovered
Yeah.
and thoroughly went through like 5%, 10% of the ocean maybe.
Yeah, and we're looking for shit on Mars.
Yeah, fuck that. Let's
Why are we
find where the
looking-
rest of the people went. Let's find you know what I bet they're doing? I bet those people the silver people build all the fucking pyramids and those rocks and shit. And then they're like, you know what? Let's fucking hide in the water. They're not going to fucking look for us
For
there.
sure that's what it was. Because they're made of silver, they can just go to the bottom of the Mariana Trench. No one will ever find them. Because we can't get down there. They can deal with the pressure. It's silver. It's pure silver. And they don't turn green either underwater, so...
Oh my god. We turn on the news tomorrow. They're like dozens and dozens of silver men found in the Mariana Trench. And they're shooting themselves at us.
They've been known to turn themselves into bullets.
We don't know what to do. Their momentum does not stop.
They're incredibly dense.
They have too many ramps.
And then Sarah Silverman tweets that she's been a silver man for her entire life. Finally admits it.
Yeah. And she goes like this.
She's the leader of the
stabs
Silvermen.
you in the chest like Agent Smith from The Matrix and turns you into Silverman. Man.
By the time this podcast is out, it's already going to have happened, and that's going to be it.
We called it.
We did call it, though. We're going to get
Do
all
you
the
think
credit.
Sarah would spare us? We're pretty good, big fans of her work.
Yeah, she'd probably be cool with it. Yeah, you guys aren't silver, but you're cool. You're cool.
We'd have to do something for her. We'd have to like give up something like Lent.
Yeah. What if we turned into gold people? Would we be better than the silver people?
I don't know. It depends.
'Cause
I
does it
like
go by
silver
that?
more than gold. I know gold is probably worth more, but I think silver looks way better than gold. Gold
but-
is very tacky to me.
Yeah, it is. But I think ranking-wise, it's always higher.
Yeah, but then platinum would be higher than that.
Okay, we could be the platinum man.
Diamond people would be up there.
Yeah, but there's no diamond rank in Rocket League. It's platinum, and then we could be champion.
We'd just be made out of trophies.
Champion. We're made out of Tom Brady.
Oh my god.
We'd have to be made out of the Philadelphia Eagles right now. They're champions. World champions of football.
Yeah. I'd like somebody to dispute that. I don't think they'd beat UCF. UCF went undefeated.
I don't think they'd beat Green Bay.
Did you follow that whole thing with UCF? College
Kind
football.
of.
They went undefeated the whole year. And they had to play Auburn in like the Orange Bowl, and they fucking blew them out. And they went undefeated completely. And they, like, for the final ranking, they got like
right.
fourth or fifth. But the fucking mayor of Orlando and the governor of Florida and like the athletic director, the coaches, the players, they declared themselves national champions because Alabama refused to play them in an actual final game. So they hung up banners and shit and had a parade and fucking they had a huge thing at Disney World about it. It was the craziest shit.
They're right, though.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of.
That's the way. That's what I don't like about college football is that there's so many teams. There's no way to actually pick the best one. It's all subjective.
Yeah.
It's also even no matter what you have, whether it's the BCS or the playoff or even back like before the BCS when it was just like news media making people champions. There wasn't an official thing.
I've always had that problem too. It's like you could be the best team but still not make it into like the national championship game just because your strength of schedule and shit. Mm-hmm. Stupid.
Yeah, and I don't think it's fair for you to not even win your division. Like Alabama in the SEC, they're in the SEC West. They came in second place in their division to Auburn. Auburn lost in the SEC championship to Georgia by like 3.
Georgia?
And since Auburn lost their last game of the year and Alabama lost their last game of the year to Auburn, Alabama jumped them up in the playoff. It doesn't make any sense. It was so stupid. And then Alabama ends up fucking winning the title.
I know. I was pulling for Georgia though.
Me too.
Because they got the Packers logo.
Yeah.
They got red and black Packers logo.
Yeah.
So.
It was just so frustrating because I'm so sick of Alabama because they're not even exciting to watch.
What is the story behind that? Because there's a lot of college teams that use the same logo as the NFL team.
They're like stock photos.
I've seen the same thing before.
Yeah, they're like stock
Is that what they
photos,
are? Like you can just pick and choose from them?
Yeah.
It's so odd that you would choose
like
Oswego. Like you couldn't get an artist to do it?
Oswego has the same logo as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And the ECU Pirates.
The old Buccaneers, right? They don't use the current one.
No.
The flag, right? Do they use the flag, the Buccaneers? They used to use the guy with the face, with the blade in his mouth there.
They took the blade out,
dagger.
I remember. Then they put it back in. They literally, I'm not kidding, I remember middle school, I was in 8th grade. They got a new gym, and parents freaked the fuck out that he had a sword in his mouth. So they redid the gym sword. And took the sword out of his mouth. Yeah. So he was just like this.
And then it was so fucking sketchy. Weird.
And then nobody realized that the flagpole, like, because the helmets for football have the flag.
Yeah.
But blue. But the flagpole itself is a fucking sword.
Yeah.
And nobody caught on to that.
Their stadium's badass with the fucking ship in the crowd. Is that the football stadium? I think it is.
It is.
The Pittsburgh Pirates might have that too, though.
Yeah. The coolest one is the lightning. Every time they score, the stadium goes quiet, and a fucking lightning strike.
Oh yeah.
Hits on the ice.
That's bad.
Kills somebody. They have an actual lightning storm. That's the home field advantage they have.
They strike people with
it's just lightning. Like Stamkos is down.
There's like coordinates on the ice they hit to just target certain players.
Yeah. But yeah, it was very and Alabama is just, like I said, they're just boring to watch. I like watching Georgia Tech with the option. And
I like watching some of those teams because they take more chances.
Yeah.
That's what I like about college football, though.
Dude, there was a huge dick stroking thing on the NFL subreddit today about...
Well, let's stroke dicks in a minute because we're at 55.
Jesus Christ.
I think we're at 55 minutes.
Probably somewhere around there.
All right, yeah, we'll come back and stroke dicks.
Yeah, circle jerk about the NFL being better than college football because apparently it is.
Clear Shots Podcast is available on any of your favorite podcasting websites or applications. You can check us out at clearshotspodcast.com to hear any of the episodes. Also, follow us on Facebook. I think it's facebook.com/clearshotspodcast to get there. And you can also check us out on Twitter at clearshotspod. Thank you for listening, and we will see you next time.